You refer to Christians on many occasions. What do you call yourself? A seeker or a spiritualist? What do you call yourself now?
I don't call myself anything. I'm just a man, right? Yeah, like, the truth is that I never wanted a label to be placed on what I was teaching in the first century, although after my death they called it the way. And what they meant by that was it was the way to God, right? Remember, in the first century I gave many illustrations about the different paths. I said there was a broad and spacious path leading off into the road of natural love, right? And lots, every single person almost following that path. And then I said there was a narrow way leading to life, and few are the ones finding that, right? And that was what I was talking about, this way of divine love, this way of divine truth, the way that is being explained to you. Can you see why it's narrow?
Yeah.
You can feel it's narrow, can't you? Yeah. Not many people want to do it, do they? And even yourself sometimes, you don't want to do it either, right? And it is a narrow way, but it's the way God made for you to connect to God. Right? And that was the way God wanted to teach Ammon and Aman about right back in the first time. But they rejected that way because they wanted there to be a different way, their own way. And this is where it gets down to God reliance versus self-reliance. And so when we talk about the way, what I'm talking about, the way of divine truth or the way of divine love, that's the same thing that we talked about in the first century, the way of life. And that's why I said in the first century, and this is going to trigger a number of you, I am the way and the truth and the life. And what I meant by that was that by my own possession of divine love, standing right in the midst of them, and I said to them that the kingdom of God was in their midst and they did not even know it. What I meant was, right at that time, was my life was a demonstration, right, that this divine love existed for every single person who has ever lived on earth or in the spirit world. This divine love was there waiting to enter them, and I was the living proof standing right in front of them that it had been offered to them. Right? And all they needed to do was to listen to what I'd already been taught about it, and they would also be able to experience the same thing. And that's what I'm suggesting to you really now. I'm saying, listen to what I've been taught about it. I've been taught like you've been taught. It didn't just like, I don't have all of this truth just, coming to me because I'm unique or special in some way. I've just been taught the same way, but I've just been taught by God just like you can be taught by God. And divine love will enter you and you will feel the truth as a result of it. And it's exactly the same thing as I said in the first century. Exactly the same thing.